Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to show you guys some stuff that I got from Walmart. Walmart in some locations, because not my local store, but some that I travel to, they have some awesome deals on clearance video games. So why don't you guys check out what I got. Maybe there'll be something here that you'll want to go find, because we got games for $5 and maybe a few that were a couple dollars more. So why don't you guys stick around. After this intro, we'll get into what we got. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my channel, JOHNDOEJUGGALO. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video. Alright, yeah, so there's like different Walmarts I go to that sometimes their video games are heavily marked down. So definitely go check your guys' Walmarts because we got some great stuff today. So we're going to start off with PS4 games. Okay? And mind you, these are good suggestions for people with all ages of family members, because it's going to range all about. So for you all with younger gamers in your family, this might be a good one to grab. And this was $5. And it is Paw Patrol Adventure City Calls. I guess it's actually Paw Patrol the movie Adventure City Calls. But, you know, it looks like it's a standard 2D platformer. And it's 1 to 2 players. So if you have a young kid or two and they like Paw Patrol, Walmart, $5. Definitely go check it out. And so for the next one we got here, this one, like I said, there's a little bit of everything here for everybody in the family. This one is the one that's for, well, the mom or the dad more than likely, because it's rated M. But that's going to be Persona 5 Strikers. We got a Persona game, y'all. And this was $5. But yeah, it's rated mature for blood, partial nudity, sexual themes, strong language, and violence. So like I said, today we've got a little something for everybody. Persona 5 Strikers. Now this one is a... I believe it's more like a Warriors type game, like a hack and slash. So, like I said, it's still sealed. I haven't had a chance to open it yet. Just kind of came home with these. So, pretty excited to check this one out. Now, we're going to get into PS5 games. And with that asterisk, I'm going to start with PS4 games that double as PS5 games, and we'll roll into PS5 games from there. So this first one, another one that if you have young ones, this will be great. But because of the type of game that it is, you might have a pretty good time just playing along with them. And it has an upgrade to the PS5. If that matters so much for this title, I'm not so sure. But it is Paw Patrol Grand Prix. And this one was $5 as well. And it upgrades to the PS5 version. And the reason why I say that this is a fun one for the whole family is because it's not necessarily a kid-only game or so kid-friendly that it's like unattractive for adults to get to and play. It's a kart racer. Everybody can find a little bit of fun with a kart racer, so this could be one, good fun for the whole family. And of course, if you like Paw Patrol, you probably want it for your kids. Now, this one is another one that would be great for the young ones, or you and a young one, if you're a parent, because it is also 2-player. And I say a young one, but this is probably going more into our older adolescents and I guess preteens, because this is rated E10. I try to go by those ratings for the most part, at least when I'm trying to figure out what I want to play with my kids, but I would probably let my 5-year-old play this one, and that's going to be Justice League Cosmic Chaos. And it has a PS5 upgrade as well. I've never played this one, but I believe this is a top-down fighter, almost like a Gauntlet type game. So this should be a lot of fun. I did buy this for both my kids on the Switch for Christmas last year, I believe. So now that I found it on the system that I play on, I might see if one wants to play split screen with me on PlayStation. And I found it for even cheaper than I got it for them. So that's pretty cool that, I don't mind double dipping on it when it's $5. Now we're going to get into our PS5 games. And those aren't quite $5. For some reason, they priced those a little bit higher. This one was actually on sale. Well, it wasn't. It had a $10 sticker on it, but it rang up for $20, and the lady gave it to me for the $10 sticker that was on it. So I believe it's actually supposed to be $20, but keep an eye out because they have to give you the price that's on the game. But my 5-year-old absolutely loves this show. He got introduced to it in Head Start, and that's going to be Bluey, the video game. Like I said, we're going all out, guys. This is fun for the whole family this time. This is a very interactive type of game. You just kind of interact with things in the environment and move along, do a little project, move along, little math problem, move along type deal. So, but it's ready for everyone, like I said. You parents already know. If your kids like Bluey, you already know what this is all about. And our next PS5 game is one that I was very excited to get because I love this franchise. It's one that I grew up with, and it's one that I'll play with the kids and possibly my wife, because this is a 4-player multiplayer game, and you don't get many of those on the PlayStation 5 or in modern gaming just in general. And like I said, I love this franchise. I went to the PlayStation store and seen that this game is still a full $60 game. It may go on sale pretty regularly. You may find it at GameStop regularly. I'm telling you to go check your Walmart for this one, because I paid $7 for it. And that is Sonic Superstars. I don't know much about this. I just know I like the Sonic games. And I feel like this, when I seen the trailer for this before it came out, when they were like kind of announcing the game, it reminded me of Sonic Heroes from the PS2, GameCube, Xbox, but now they've added Amy. And, well, there's reasons due to the cinematic Sonic universe that they're probably bringing her back into the game, and possibly other characters. So, it's really neat they put her in here. And it looks like it could be like a Sonic Heroes type of game. A 2.5D side-scrolling kind of game. It says 2D high-speed Sonic platforming, but it looks like it's a 2.5D, where it's kind of 3D within the 2D environment. Now, this next one is going to start our Switch games. And it's kind of crazy because they're different prices. That's why I say you have to check your Walmarts. They're different prices at different Walmarts. Okay. This one that I got here next was at the Walmart out of town. And it was on sale for $10 at a Walmart out of town. At my Walmart, my local Walmart, it was $20. Which is still a good deal for, you know, a game, especially a Switch game. And that's going to be Samba de Amigo Party Central. Now, this is just 2 players. And you just use your Joy-Cons as, like, the maracas. And for anyone that doesn't know, it's a beat game. But it's made by Sega. It was Sega's big thing. They released the franchise originally on the Sega Dreamcast. And you had physical maracas that you shook. I've always wanted to check the franchise out. I've never checked any game out in the series. And I even have the sequel because there was the one with the actual maraca controller that you use on the Dreamcast, and then they put that game on the Wii with a remote and a nunchuck, and all I ever did was watch one of my kids play it, and it looked fun. But I might have been sick and just kind of like couch ridden that day and was watching them play it. But it looked fun, so I'm very excited to check this one out. And like I said, it was 10 at one Walmart, but it was 20 at mine. So I don't know what exactly you'll find when it comes to some of these prices. But Switch games and PlayStation games, guys, for $5, $10, really hard to beat that. Now this next one, I was in the store, because this is 2 different trips or so of stuff. It's just some things I've accumulated over the last 2 or 3 Walmart trips, because I went to a couple different ones and each one has had different games. Now this one, as far as I can tell, is on clearance at every Walmart, because every Walmart I've went to, I've seen this game for the same price. My daughter absolutely loves it, and she says it's one that I must have. And this is where I go back to, we're getting stuff for the whole family. Because if you like music, rhythm games, there you went with Samba de Amigo, and that's a nice family party game, right? This one is more for your teenagers. And that's because, well, one, it's rated teen, but it's a little darker, it's a little on the darker side. But this game was a cult, it's almost already considered a cult classic. It was making huge waves in the gaming community when it came out. And now I have the honor of adding it to my collection. And that is Cult of the Lamb. This is usually a $35 game. And they've recently been marking it down in Walmarts to $10, guys. $10. It's really, really hard to find good games, which I believe I've found good games, but it's even harder to find games that have been critically acclaimed for $10 on the Switch. So this is another one of those top-down scrolling games, kind of like a Gauntlet, and you control like groups of minions in a way, from what I've gathered. Like I said, very excited to finally have this in my collection. Check it out, play it. Now this next one that I got is one that I already have. It used to be back here on my shelf behind me, on the top shelf, but I've since moved it down the wall a little bit. It's still on the top shelf, but I never opened it. And it's because it was a collector's edition, and it was a nice big box collector's edition, and the game was inside the box. But I didn't want to open the box because before I came home with the collector's edition, it was worth more than what I paid for it. And I have other ways to play this game. So that's going to make it sound even crazier that I just bought it again. But it is a remaster. And I have ways to play the non-remaster. So that's why I wasn't pressed to open my big collector's edition. Now, if you're a Switch fan, you might know what I'm talking about already. And I have played this on the Wii. And that is Xenoblade Chronicles. I finally got my hands on Xenoblade Chronicles for the Switch. The definitive edition. Because I have it on the Wii. And I have it on the 3DS. The Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. I really enjoyed this game. I haven't played it in many, many years. When I played it on the Wii almost when it first came out. I barely remember it. And when I played it on the 3DS, I turned it on. I played it for about an hour. I was like, yeah, this 3D is cool. I want to play this again sometime. And I never went back to it. But I've only played a few hours of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And I've always really wanted to dive more into it. I like that. I played a few hours of it, maybe up to 10 hours. And I know there's way more than that. But I've always wanted to dive really deep into it. But when I decided to finally go back to 2, 3 was already announced. And in between 2 and 3, Torna came out. And I have Torna as well. So it was one of those things where it was like, well, now I'm kind of struck on, I don't really want to start this unless I can go back and play the first one. And like I said, I could play it on the Wii. And I could play it on the 3DS. I just didn't dig the Wii out. And I just didn't really search for my 3DS to dig it out. And I found this one at Walmart. Now, this one's being marked down. And this was marked down at my Walmart, my local Walmart, about 6 months to a year ago. It might have actually been about a year ago that this was marked down to $40 in my Walmart. And then every other Walmart I ever went to, it was regular $60 price. Well, it looks like Walmart is, all the other Walmarts that didn't mark it down to $40 last year, it looks like they've decided to mark it down to $40 this year. So yes, I did pay $40 for this, but I'm finally going to open it up and play it. I am wondering, though, if this will get an upgrade to the Switch 2. 4K resolutions, texture packs, any of that kind of stuff. Because I believe 4K texture and 60 FPS was like built into the code for this. I know that it is for Xenoblade Chronicles X, which I need that one on a Switch as well. They just keep bringing all the Xenoblade. Like, this is where you can play them all. And if you can take them right over to the Switch 2, it's going to be great. So yeah, guys, that's the stack. That's what we got today. That's it. We got some PS4, PS5, pseudo PS4, PS5, and some Switch games that maybe one of them will become a Switch Enhanced. I feel like Nintendo is really invested in Xenoblade right now, so why would they not want to, upgrade it, make it look a little better, a little smoother. They also have other games there that were marked down to $10 that I just didn't grab. But they might be up your alley. So you guys should definitely go check your Walmarts, see what they have, because they probably have something pretty good. I mean, something worth at least checking out for the $10. And if you don't like it, you can probably trade it in at GameStop or your local retro store for close to that $10, because they go based off of value. And most of these games are worth more than the $10 that I paid for them now. So, this always is something to think about. Anyways, if you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me, checking out some of the new video games that I've bought. I absolutely had to jump on these for $5 to $10 a piece. Anywhere from $5 to $10 for a video game on a current generation console is a steal. And I say that knowing that the Switch 2 is about to come out. So that statement's not going to be fully true in terms of current generation of consoles. But most of these PS4 games upgraded PS5, and they all play on your PS5. And these should all play on your Switch. So to me, they're still current gen. And when you can get them for that cheap, sans Xenoblade, I'm just happy to have that for a good deal. But, let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you end up going to Walmart and finding anything that you like. Maybe you find some good deals. Maybe you go and you buy up all of the $5 games and you take them to GameStop and you trade them in for $7 and you make $2 on each game and you start building up a bunch of credit and you put that on a Switch too. Or a statue or, something that you like. That's about the way we have to do things now. We have to go find things on sale and see if we can resell them to somebody for more money if we want to flip. I don't do that, but I don't disrespect people that will buy a $5 game and still keep it under MSRP and resell it. Like if you're finding these games on clearance for $5, $10, and then, like I said, this game still runs $60. I wouldn't put my nose up if somebody sold this for $25 or $30 because it's still a good fraction of the $60 price tag that it's supposed to have. And at all the other stores, it's still full price. Just not my Walmart and maybe another Walmart. Maybe your Walmart. So, thank you guys. I want to take a moment. I want to thank my members. Thank you guys for going above and beyond and doing what you do. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to become a member, please think about hitting that join button down below. But like always, I'm just happy that you're here, that you're watching this, you're enjoying it, we're conversating, and you're hitting that like button. And remember to always keep it physical.